Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark, and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Hey guys, welcome back. Now I've got this 80s Oldsmobile, and I believe it is a 1/16 scale. Don't quote me on that. But somebody gave it to me. It's supposed to be a race car. I'm not even sure. It might even be Richard Petty's race car because of the color of it. Now, this thing was in rough shape. I've had it for many of years sitting in storage. A bunch of stuff is broken. All kinds of different things. I put a post on Instagram, so if you want to see what it looked like before what I'm going to show you now, go check out that. The link will be down in the description. And while you're at it, might as well subscribe and hit that like button and hit that bell notification. All of that stuff will definitely help me out, help you out when you get notified when I post another video. So, what we've got here is a whole mismatch of stuff. Like I said, I do believe it's supposed to be a stock car, just going by the type of roll cage it has, the under chassis suspension, and the style of the car. I do believe is probably Richard Petty's race car, number 43. Again, going by the color as well. Now, this car was completely black, like this, but obviously you can see the color here. You know what I mean? Like that's a Richard Petty color. Anyways, so the whole car was black. The chassis and the roll cage is all this really ugly silver. But as you can see, I mean, they did not do a very good job at painting this at all. Nor did they clean up any of the flash, things like that. So somebody gave it to me, right? And it's sat around in a box for years, like I said. Now, the other thing that makes me think that it's a Richard Petty car, or not so much a Richard Petty car, but a stock car, is that's the old style of stock car rims, right? And of course the tires, there's 3 of these tires, and 2 of these rims. Yeah, only 2 of these rims. But they must have had... Hang on. Chicken hit the floor. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Had to pick a chicken up off the floor, as I said. But anyways, so they must have had a different scale, like a different model of the same scale, because we've got all kinds of drag tires. Now, as you can see, this one's dirty. I tried cleaning this one up. Makes a big difference. But they've got the really skinnies, right? I mean, compared to this one. And then they've got these here. Now, these are really thin drag tires. Like, I mean, they pretty much collapse on themselves almost. Right? And these ones here, they're pretty much like rotten. They're so old and dried out. Like they're almost falling apart. Right? And then of course I've got 2 Hemi engines here. Now they're both supposed to have like superchargers. They're fuel injected. You know. Supposed to have like the top hats on them and everything, all fuel injected. So what I'm looking at doing, and here's another one I've already started taking apart, you know, so I can depaint. Things weren't even glued together properly. Like there's 2 different types of transmissions. I've got this one here, which seems to be some sort of drag transmission, like top fuel dragster type thing. Then there is this transmission. And this one here looks more like a race car transmission. maybe stock car or drag car, right? Full manual. So I've started taking the paint off of the body, and well, here, let me show you. So here we've got the front bumper. Now, of course, like I said, I do believe this is an Oldsmobile, maybe a Buick, but so this thing isn't supposed to have a Hemi, but I'm looking at turning it into a drag car. So it's getting a Hemi, because that's pretty much what all drag cars nowadays, top fuel, funny cars, things like that, they pretty much all run a hemispherical style engine. So here's the front bumper and grille. Now again, I'm going to dechrome these and make them look better. And remember, this was all black. You can still see the remnants of some spots, you know, overspray inside. Now I've tried to clean this up as much as possible. Now they wrecked the hood, obviously, because like I said, this to me it should be a stock car, but they went and cut this giant hole in the hood. I'm not quite sure why, but you know, it doesn't really fit the engine. I'm not sure why they got this big hole over here, you know, so I'm going to see if I need to fix this, if I need to make it bigger so things fit properly, look proper. Now, here's the body. Now, again, this here was completely black. And under the black, there was silver. There was a metallic blue. I think, yeah, blue like this. You can see how it's this blue is different from this blue, right? So they had that under the black. There was silver like this under here. There was white under it. So whatever they were thinking or did, or however they had it painted, well, that's all gone now. So the next thing I'll be doing with this is sanding it, because as you can see, it's still got stuff on it, and I've got to finish cleaning it up. And again, there are parts that broke when it was sitting in storage, but I do have pretty much every piece. So that'll get glued back in there. Here's the chassis piece. Now again, this being a stock, pretty much a stock car, like the front piece here is broken. This was all completely silver. Here's the trunk. Now there was so much paint on this thing that you can see, I think the hood's got them too, yeah. On the hood, they got 4 hood pins, which I took out. They're over here, right? Just little hood pins. They were glued in there. There's 4 of them. But there was so much paint on this car that I didn't even see these 2 spots. And that's for the hood pins as well. That's how much paint was on this thing. So it took a while to get rid of it. Now, obviously, this thing was chrome. They had painted it black. The chrome plastic is all white. This thing here was chrome. As you can see, it's chrome on the inside still. I was just testing to see what was going to take this paint off without hurting the plastic. But yeah, even the chrome's gone. Now, the headers, oh my God. These headers are destroyed. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Look at this junk now. Looks like they used a lighter or something and heated it up so that they could shape it the way they need to. I'm assuming it's supposed to be on the Hemi. This one's the same thing. Like, it's just gross. So I'm going to have to try and make new headers, you know, so that things can be nice again. Like, it's even broken right there. Right there. So that's that mess. Here This here looks like part of the stock car engine because it's blue. All right, and it looks like it should be like that, somewhere like that. Now, obviously, stock car is not going to have a Hemi unless it's 1960, 1968, 69, and 70. And then I think in 70 they banned the Hemi in stock car racing. And then they dropped the cubic inches down. But the stock motor that should be with this model is probably long gone. But anyways, so rear axle, I mean, it's actually quite nice. There's disc brakes on them. There's half of that one's missing, but you know, nothing is glued proper, so I'll be able to probably take a lot of this apart, see if I can really detail up the brake calipers and the rotors and all that stuff, see how nice I can make it, you know, detail up the suspension once I get everything all cleaned. Look, the glue is just falling off. That's how easy it is to take the glue off. So nothing was stuck together. Steering linkage and stuff like that. Again, everything's just falling apart. And it's going to be easy enough to clean up. Hardest part's getting all the paint off. Seat. I don't know what to do with the seat. I'm thinking I might try to make my own buckles and clasps and stuff like that. Find some fabric ribbon from the dollar store and try to make my own seat belts. At least that'll look a little more realistic. Well, my whole intention of this vehicle is to try and detail the hell out of it. Maybe make moving suspension, because this is all one piece. You know, make my own springs, my coil springs and shocks. You know, just see what I can do. This is a bigger scale. It's not 1/24. And like I said, I do believe it's 1/16 scale. I could be wrong. It may be 1/8, but I don't think so. So being that big, I think I could do a lot at really detailing up things like the engine. You know, like looks like they tried to do wiring, right? And fuel injection rails, you know, piece broken, so I'll have to fix that. Again, this is quite a nice distributor. Maybe I can make better plug wires and coils and stuff like that. This should be here. You know, that's what I've got so far. And like I said, here's the roll cage. This will be the next stuff I try to depaint. And once it's depainted, then I can clean up all this old glue that's on it. You know, I don't know if I want to keep the padding on it because this is a remnant of a stock car. I'm going to try and build a drag car because I don't have enough wheels to do the stock car, but I've got enough that I could do the drag car, right? So some of this might get modified, different things like that. Like there's this piece. This piece broke off. This should be up here, like so. And of course this one should be there somewhere like that. Then there's the firewall. So what I'm thinking is I might try to cut this stuff off. All these pipes and reservoirs and stuff for the brakes and the clutch and all that. And maybe make my own. Then put them on. You know, I don't know about these shocks, you know, like. But anyways, this is the front firewall. This should be somewhere like that. Then there's the back brace that would go down something like that, right? And of course all of that would be sitting on top of this, right? So let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below. Do you want to see me do this thing as detailed as I'm capable of doing? Maybe going completely out of my comfort zone and modifying all kinds of things to make it even more detailed? Let me know down below. What do you think? Do you want just a update style video with this? To me, I would rather do a multi-video of every step I do. Like if I want to remake this piece, you know, and maybe redo these pulleys and stuff like that, it's almost one video on its own, depending on how long it takes me to do and what I do to it. All this is a dry sump oil pan. So this is a dry sump oil pump running off of the timing set and everything else. So, you know, I could build all of this, redo the oil pan, detail up the block, just different things like that. So it'd be multi-videoed. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do both engines. I'm only going to do one. The axle and stuff, I can only do so much to it, but I can definitely make this look a hell of a lot better. Steering wheel, I mean, there's only so much you can do with that as well. Maybe drill a few holes, make it look a little nicer, clean up the steering shaft, you know, things like that. Making my own springs, better mounts for the fire extinguisher, maybe better steering components. Like these look a little thick, you know, a little out of scale. Look at this glue. That's just stupid. But anyways, you know, maybe make the actual fuel lines. Like, okay, you got the fuel rail here. How's the fuel get to it? So make up all the fuel lines, the fuel pump, everything that goes to it. You know, make them all up. Redo all the wire, you know, make all the wires and everything. That would be kind of a video, doing up the firewall or something. Redo the pedals, because, I mean, that's a little thick for pedal bars. You know, clean up all the roll cage. Different things, right? Make all the linkage for the transmission so it actually reaches up inside the housing and somewhat connects up to the shifter. You know, just different things like that. You know, like this is supposed to be the window net. All right. That's a wee bit thick for mesh. So maybe hand make one, right? Maybe a video just doing the seat belts and the seat and redefining it and making it nicer and better. Things like that. So let me know what you think. I know this one, this video is kind of long-winded, but it's kind of showing you what I've got, what I'm doing. I want your information on, do you want to see these videos? Do you not? How detailed do you want to see them? Maybe I'll just put them on the Patreon. Let you guys go see them there if that's what you want. But let me know. I want your info for this stuff. Colors, you know, different things like that. I wanted to show you what I've already done to the car. But now that you've seen all of this stuff, I think I'm going to leave that with you guys. I'm going to see what your comments are. I am going to make videos one way or another. But if you guys don't want to see fully detailed and lots of videos, I'll shorten some up, put them on YouTube, and the more detailed videos will go to Patreon. So make sure you check out all those links down below. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I have my Patreon. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, please. It helps out a lot on the algorithms of YouTube. Hit that bell notification if you guys want to get notified about when I post videos. So, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your info. But until then, later. Need to pick up the chicken. As you can see, here's a quick update. They are getting quite big. Now, I'm not hurting her at all, even though she's going to be hard to catch. There we go. They're quite cute. They will be getting very fuzzy. Right now they're in their getting rid of baby fur and getting their adult fluff. That one looks like a rooster, and I do believe that white one there is a rooster. Just because of how many or how fluffy their feet are compared to, say, like this one that hardly has any fluff. You ready to go back on? Come on, all the way. Oh, all the way on. There you go. Come on, get your balance. There you go. So yes, I do believe that one and that one are roosters. The rest I believe are hens. This one's getting some pretty funky hairdo feathers. So just a quick update, and they will get to look better as they grow up.